Okay, there we go. Well, welcome to Innervision. Uh, right now, Alan is on his way back from Woodlands Hill. The weather was cool this morning, but it's beautiful weather now. Oh, by the way, as you come into the house and you watch the show at a later time, would love for you to share, support our show. Uh, People with a $7 donation at $Innervision J. That's $Innervision J. Oh, things that I hear about. Um, and also, want to let you know that in May, we may be doing a show about choosing to build up your stem cells. Because I was doing a little research in the GP chat, and I said, okay, what would you recommend as far as like what is in your data database? So that's going to be something we're going to be doing in the future. Now tonight, okay, this is Western. Martinez uh, mm, caught in a how do I say a high-speed chase and ended up calling AAA. That cracks me up. Uh, Shocking discoveries from uh, President Trump's recent physical, as you heard about yesterday, and this comes from Babylon B. Right? Yes, that's a good one. Ballot box with ballot, and let me get this name. Stephen Stephen Miller torches the critics of the Save the Act that was just passed recently. They say that if you invoke this, it's going to disenfranchise women who are who maiden name does not match up with their marriage name, which is ridiculous. As you've seen, like Marjorie Greene and Lauren Boebert really rank on the Democratic Party last week, and you might have seen that on CNN. So oh man, okay. Oh, illegal migrants. They love to say this migrant. Illegal migrants on the terror watch list receiving Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and what else are they? What else are they going to receiving? And voting as well. So DOGE has uncovered that. That's going to be that's you can sound the alarm on that one. Oh, now guitarist, uh, what's his name? His name is Zakk Wylde, and I was sharing one of those bro bro moments as I guess Sharon Osbourne is pretty strict about Ozzy not drinking because that's caused quite a bit of his medical problems. And so when Sharon is there, well, she's the road manager, and she's road manager, booking manager, and all around wife. So she's going to be there on these trips. So these two bros, I guess they were in China doing this concert, and I guess they have a rule that I guess they don't want the artists to be drinking because that might mess up the show. I guess they've experienced enough of our American artists to know that booze and a show does not work. So, so, so they had the strict rule like no drinking um, during your booking time here. But uh, his bro, I guess he always carries a case of beer somewhere on his body, in a backpack or so forth. So I don't know. I don't know. I like Pepsi, but if I don't have it for a long time, I don't know if I get like that kind of craving if somebody has, hey man, I got a case of Pepsi. That's like wow. So anyway, so that's crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't in China. It was in Tokyo. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Okay. And then also we're going to talk about I get this from video. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, okay. I'm sorry. It's I'm trying to figure out vidIQ. That's the name of the program. So they just sent me a thing, and I see that the because what we did a bunch of shorts this past week, and so we hit 60,000. Now I looked at the rate of money, and it said $1.18. So woohoo, I'm up to $44.18 now. And so we're not going anywhere too fast. I guess I'll keep doing these little shorts, which is, it's really not that difficult to put together shorts because of not Resurrection Day. This past Sunday being Palm Day, yeah. That I put out a couple of things about that, and I guess that got a lot of hits. Then I put one out about Michael Jackson and Billie Jean, and that got a lot of hits, kind of surprising. And then I put one out about uh, Michael Bolton is asking the question: is his song When a Man Loves a Woman, is that the biggest like love song hit that has ever made? So so people really voted on that one, and then I guess Michael Ch Sheeran, um, he did a duet with Taylor Swift, and I put that out there, and that got a lot of hits as well. So anyway, so we put that out there, and I was just guessing, I wasn't really thinking about but those are some names that are always in the news. So anyway, so okay. So anyway, our first topic, AAA. The lady, her name is Mrs. Martinez. She's 45 years old. And sometimes I guess you might get like a lead foot and you're pressing that accelerator. And if you got to go somewhere, now it could be like maybe she had to make it to her home to go to the restroom, or maybe she had a emergency call from someone that was like that she had to get on the highway and go where she needed to go. They really didn't, and I want to see if I can follow up on this story to see exactly why she was going 100 miles an hour, and then why she refused to stop. And even she must have thought like and when they did stop her, because they put those spikes in the road. When they did stop her, they how would I say, they had their guns drawn, right? And here she rolled up her windows, right? I guess she had her windows rolled down all the way, just and maybe she was, maybe that's something like, she's lived 45 years, say, hey, how would it be to see if I could outrun a police? So the police car is set, I guess the highest speed is 130, which I'm not sure why can't a police car, go as fast and set the police cars where they can go faster than any other car. And then she immediately hit 20, then she hit 30. Then when they finally stopped her, like I said, they had the guns pulled, asking her to come out. And this went on for about 40 minutes, right? This going back and forth. And these guys, they I would say like they really had some self-control because, you know, guns will go off. There was this other one which I think I shared it on Facebook where th this was this lady, black lady, and her partner, and they were going to arrest this guy, and she has her gun out and she accidentally shoots her partner. And I'm thinking like, okay, why don't you just I guess the drilling goes so fast, but there should have been a plan like, okay, you should hold the gun on the guy. I'll go and do the rough and tough stuff as far as like putting him down, handcuffing him, and doing that. But she was kind of jump ahead of it and keeping a gun out with her finger on the trigger. And oh man. So anyway, that was not a good arrest. So I mean, I sometimes I get these stories all the time. And then what do I have to say? It was a Florida story I heard on the Dana Dash show. I'm kind of remember exactly what it was. It was two. Oh yeah, okay. Dana Dash was talking about whenever she goes to any hotel, she looks in the closet, she checks out everything. She doesn't like bugs in her room or anything like that, right? It's just that her hair automatically goes up in the back of her neck when she's in a room and she just senses there are bugs there. But I guess this hotel uh had a they changed the sheets and the sheets were all bloody. So they changed the sheets, but they didn't think nothing about like, well, maybe let's clean up the rest of this place. Maybe they thought it was, a menstrual cycle or whatever. But it ends up that uh, this other person that had murdered this person put him in the closet, and the other person that checked in discovered that there's a body there. But they had changed the sheets, and I'm just thinking like, wouldn't you, if you clean rooms, wouldn't you want to check to make sure that the whole room was clean? Because if the bed is all bloody, there might be, you know, things in the closet that they might have left, in that condition. But this happened in Florida, and it's like we get they always have these weird things that happen in Florida that you, that's doesn't seem to happen any other place but there. And I don't know if it's because uh, too much sun or whatever. But anyway, let's get back to Miss Martinez. So anyway, so Miss Martinez, she calls AAA. Now you know AAA. If you have a flat tire, if you have something going on with your car, if you got a membership with AAA, they'll come out no matter where you are. They'll come out, they'll change your tire, and then they'll send you on your way. So she told them that she wanted to come out, change your tire, so she can continue running away from the police. So somehow whoever was on the dispatch line figured out that, you know, something is kind of like off with this. And so they connected it back to the police. And then the police, since they were there, uh, that led them to be able to talk her out of the car and whatever. And then they arrested her and booked her on not only fleeing from the police, but um, endangerment and a few other things. So I'm going to follow up on that one and see what see what else happened with Mrs. Martinez. So okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me get down here. And we want you also to like, share, and subscribe, and donate to our Cash App $7 at $ Innervision J, and that's in the description. And if you do, we'll give you a shout out as well. So that $7 won't go to waste. Now, let's see. Oh, wait a minute, wait. I'm all the way down here. Okay, let me get down to the ballot box with ballots. Okay, so Stephen Miller, he's laying down like this particular bill. called Save Act, which is only like, okay, in order to vote, and I'm not sure why. Well, I know why. The Democrats don't want you to have a ID, right? They want you to bring in a public service letter, which, I mean, that could be anybody's public service letter. Or they want you to bring in, let's see, I think it was a telephone bill, public service thing, or they even want you to have an ID without a picture. That could be like an ID. What kind of ID? Well, I'm not even sure how they would even make an ID without a picture. So, of course, this is just enabling for cheating, of course. And myself and I don't trust the machines anyway. So it's like, I don't know about that. So they're trying to protest it, and it seemed like it's a lot of what did they call it? A lot of Democrats, I mean, really showing their true colors when they come up with these idiotic things about not having an they even say like if you're poor and you're a minority, especially if you're black, that you don't know where the DMV office is, that you're too stupid to know how to get your ID. And as far as what I'm concerned, even if you want to be under the grid, because there's some people they want to get off the grid, they don't want to be, they just they just want to live off the land and stuff like that, which I don't know too many black people that have done that, but hey, there might be some out there that you can just, just live off the grid, right? And that's your choice. So the government doesn't know about you. You're just you're just off the grid. So, but I have a feeling that this is not what the Democrats are trying to do because in the 2020 election, they changed a lot of the voting rules, which they mailed out all these mail ballots. And I heard in one county, they mail okay, Denver, or Janet Griswold, the Secretary of State, she mailed out 30,000 ballots for illegals to vote. Then she said it was a mistake. And on the one that she sent out, she put her name on it. But the ones that she sent out saying that was a mistake, she did not put her name on it. Now, I can relate that to, I just got sent this DocuSign. And usually when I get a DocuSign, it has the name of the person that sent it to me and the name of the organization. And then it has this little disclaimer that this is the safest way to sign documents and so forth like that. But if you get a DocuSign that doesn't have that kind of information on it, don't click on it. Uh, you have these safety things on your computer that will stop you from going to a bad link. And I've clicked on it and they said, this is a dangerous link, and then you can just click out of it. But if you don't have that kind of safety thing on your computer, then it's best just to delete it, especially if it has no name of the person that sent it to you and it doesn't have your name on it or your business name on it. So anyway, that bill will pass with Republican names on it only. And I can't see and I think it went over with four Democrats. So they must be in like conservative areas where they'll get voted out. Okay. Now this next one, DOGE found out this one. So now it's better to be illegal, but if you're on the terrorist list and you're getting government benefits, a group of them got like $40,000 in unemployment checks. And I'm thinking like, you know, you don't want to be tempted to do something as stupid as that, but you're thinking these people got away with it. They're not even legal. Also, because they use that app, when they flew in, it also had a space there where you could apply for your Social Security. So several thousand Social Securities went out to illegals because they figured like you get the court date, and the court date could be like 3 years from now, 4 years. So they said, well, why not have them work while they're here? But how about this? How about have them come through legally? Because a lot of these asylum applications don't go through. Or what Trump has said, the first place that you come to before you get to America, you put your applications there. then I guess if Mexico wants you to work there, you work there, or if you're coming through Venezuela or whatever country you're coming from, the first one you come to that has an embassy, American embassy, you apply there. Then when you get your court date, then you come in, right? But I guess, Biden said, "Hey, that's too long. We need Democratic voters." And you saw all these people coming in with Biden T-shirts, Biden Harris T-shirts, and then they had a cell phone, and you wonder like, where did they get it? Well, they got it from GMOs that uh, was getting funded through your tax dollars to give these people free cell phones, new tennis shoes, um, T-shirts with Biden Harris. Could you imagine you're doing something that's so illegal that you have T-shirts made saying, "Yes, we're doing something illegal, and we're going to put our picture on it." So anyway, so these are people on the terrorist list now. There's something that's, being illegal is one thing, but being on the terrorist list where you want to, what they say, death to America, right? And they want to actually put bombs and do terrible things to Americans and stuff like that. And so those people were coming in and getting your benefits and my benefits. Matter of fact, I even had one where somebody in Texas was using my benefits and racking up 30,000 and more bills medically. And I thought if I had the time and if I had the money, I would love to go down there and just go to the office and wait for me to come in
This one.
and then find out like who find out what does my twin look like.
Yes, I would like to see the
Yeah. Uh, yeah, but like I said, if I had the money and the time, I would have did something like that. So that would have been kind of interesting. Now,
It's funny.
now, so now our next story is Zakk Wylde and Ozzy Osbourne. Um, I guess Zakk always has a case of Bill with him wherever he goes, and that's a definite alcoholic. Um, and so Zakk was in his room, and Ozzy came knocking on the door, and Zakk and Ozzy asked him, "Do you have any beer?" And we only got 5 minutes to go, so I'm gonna get to the story quickly. Um, and but Ozzy knew that Sharon's their door, was right across the room from there. And she said, "Well, how can we do this without Sharon finding out that, I had some beer, right?" And Zakk says, I got the idea. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then you come and then, we'll share the beer. So he goes to the bathroom, gets in one of those stalls, close the door. Then Ozzy comes in, goes to another store, knocks on the wall. So he slides the beer over to him. And then you can hear it like pop open, like he drinks it down, and then he slides the beer can back and says, "Thank you, mate." And then he leaves the toilet and he says, "Hey, see you at dinner tonight." But Sharon, she could smell the beer. I mean, unless you start chewing some gum or whatever, I don't know if Sharon can avoid because when you drink beer, you're gonna smell like it. In my opinion, I think you would smell the beer or whatever, but maybe what can she say? I mean, he's a grown man. Wait a minute, how old is Ozzy? Hold on a second. Wait a minute. How old is Ozzy Osbourne? Okay, the guy is 76 years old. So I think, wait a minute, let me see how old is Sharon Osbourne. How old is Sharon Osbourne? Okay, she's 72. I think she's been doing this for a while, chasing Ozzy and trying to keep him living a healthy health lifestyle. So maybe she just said, yeah, it is what it is, right? Okay, so with 3 minutes to go, uh, let me get to the last don't forget to like, share, and support our nonprofit with a donation of what is it? $7 at $ Innervision J. And like I said, we'll give you a shout out. The last one is uh, they have this thing on YouTube where they tell you how many hundreds or thousands of people. Last month we got 50,000 views. This month we got 60,000. So I'm thinking it must be like pennies. If you got 50,000, it must have been like pennies because now we're up to 40, $44.18. And they won't let me cash out until I get to 100. Now I've been monetized since 2021. So it took me that long to get up to $44.18. So figure like, okay, to get to 100, will it take me another 1, 2, 3, 4, another 4 years? I hope not. But anyway, I'm learning more. We'll see how that goes. So woo woo, congratulations. Uh, s- uh, Instead of sending me a birthday card, $7 Cash App here in Innervision J. So anyway, Alan is out there in Woodlands Park, out with some friends of his. Hopefully he's down there taking care of some things with Social Security and stuff like that because they're kind of screwing around with that. So yeah, it is what it is. So let me get back over here. There was our Zoom meeting. So we'll see you tomorrow here on Innervision FM. And don't forget to like, share, and support our nonprofit.